Do you think acting is good lying?
No. I think it's real emotions and fake circumstances, but I think there's also
poetry.
There's also a different perspective, or I don't know, a deeper or wider perspective. It's storytelling, right?
Mm-hmm. Oh man! Now you already know what time it is. Now look, what time it is.
It is time.
Yeah.
You know what time it is? You know what time it is?
Yeah.
It's time.
It's time.
It's time for the
Talkative Podcast.
for the
What?
Talkative Podcast. Talkative.
All right.
Wow.
Wow, what an intro.
So we are here with the great, the guy, the man, the myth, the legend,
Mama.
and any other positive metaphors. I don't know if the man, the myth, legend, the metaphor, but like idioms for a man and talented person.
That's right.
Wesam Keesh.
Wow, thank you so much. Thank
course.
you for having me here.
Thank you.
I've never had an intro like that before, so thank you very much.
It's incredible.
No problem.
Wow.
Yeah.
Honestly.
What do you think of like the intro, like audio wise, or like just the sounds from a fellow podcaster?
Oh, well, you want me to be honest?
of course.
Yeah.
I mean, first of all, this is brand new to me, recording on my phone for a podcast.
So futuristic.
Very futuristic,
There it is.
avant-garde, if I must say so myself.
French.
And I think it gets the energy going, you know?
Okay.
So kudos to that. I think it grabs people's attention.
There it is.
Great. We're grabbing people's attention up here.
That's right.
All right.
We're not letting go. Just
No.
shaking them. Just
I'll be honest with you, I actually enjoy being guests more sometimes on other people's podcasts than being the host. I guess I should say it's a different type of enjoyment because I feel like all the pressure's off. You know, hosting, you got to
Right.
direct the
Gotta
show.
direct.
Here, I'm just chilling.
fair. That's pretty fire.
That's good. We're just chilling too, honestly. So.
Oh,
we
shit.
feel like
Nobody's
all-
driving it?
Yeah, I kind of feel like a guest as well.
Okay.
This
Oh,
is pretty sick.
great. Okay.
What do you feel about podcasts that like don't prepare and just kind of wing it and just have funsies?
It could be fun. It
Right?
could be a mess.
Oh.
Either way, it's going to be something.
A fun mess?
No, it could be, but
Could be.
it could be a terrible, terrible show.
yeah.
Right.
Could be a
So,
fest.
Yeah. But luckily, we're pod veterans. We've
Yeah.
been doing this for,
Days.
and that solidifies, where we're going. We know how to drive the truck
course.
that is the podcast.
Right.
That's right.
And the truck was a metaphor
Uh-huh.
for like the podcast, and driving was a metaphor for like where we're going with it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And controlling that,
Yeah, cool.
taking us to our destination.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is
First ever.
fun land.
Okay.
First ever mobile podcast. It's one of one.
You think this is the first ever mobile podcast?
Yeah. No one's ever done it.
Yeah.
No one's ever done it.
You
With
heard
that
it
being
here,
said-
folks. Wesam Keesh agrees that this is the first ever mobile podcast.
Boom. So what got you into podcasting? Like when did you start? Why did you start?
I started actually before this one, maybe 2015, 2016, I think. I did 100 plus episodes, just a little over 100 episodes of a podcast called Actors Anonymous.
Okay.
And I brought on actors and talked about their failures rather than their successes. And then I stopped doing that, and then I brought Wesam's World because I just wanted something a little bit more open format because the other one was pretty niche.
Yeah.
And I got tired of talking about kind of like I was hearing the same things over and over and over again. And so I was like tired of that. So I just wanted to keep it more open-ended.
Okay.
Yeah. But it's tough because the podcast market is saturated with just open
Dude.
format
It's
conversations.
like,
so
yeah. Anyone with an iPhone and like a stupid little camera.
Can just
Maybe
make
a
a
light.
podcast and it's
Yeah.
there's real people who try.
But I've always loved podcasts because they've either really helped me with my life, they've been really entertaining, or sometimes it feels like just the guys hanging out, which is something.
Yeah.
A few years into LA, I kind of missed that guy hangout time. You know.
Yeah.
Too many gal hangouts. Just too many women.
I know. It's just
a bunch of baddies.
It's
10 out of 10.
absolutely not. No, it's just nobody
understand.
hangout time.
Dude, I
Yeah.
can relate to that more than you know.
Get that.
Yeah.
Oh, one of our producers coming through.
This is. I don't think you. You might have to blur their faces if they come through here. You're gonna get some parent being like, "Hey, why's my kid
Going viral?
Viral.
Going
like that.
absolutely
On
viral?
TikTok, they're loving it.
Like Oprah viral?
Like so many more friends at school.
Wait, did you say like Oprah viral?
Yeah. Does
How so?
Oprah go viral? She had a big show at one point. I
Oh,
think.
I see. Yeah, I see what you mean. Like her popularity viral. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought there was a specific.
Oh, did
incident.
she do something?
No, I was just
Do you
asking.
know? What do you know about Oprah?
Nothing.
Have you ever met
All
Oprah?
right, fair.
What's up?
You ever met Oprah?
Yeah.
Yet. He hasn't yet.
That's what you have to say.
Mindset, bro.
Do I have to meet Oprah?
Do you?
No.
Fair.
Who do you want to meet you haven't met?
Ooh.
That's actually a good question. Who do I want to meet that I haven't met?
Mm-hmm. And you have met me, so you don't have to say me.
Yeah.
That's true. I don't know. And you know when people ask you like who are your heroes and stuff like that, I don't think I have anybody. Is that weird?
Yes.
Yes. No. It's not. It's not.
Yeah, it is.
It's not.
No.
I think it's weird I don't have a hero.
I think a little bit, but I guess maybe not. Because now that I'm thinking about it, who's my hero? Like maybe
Not
because
your
we're
heroes?
like adults now, so like there is no hero for adults.
Mm-hmm.
We don't need saving.
Jesus. You know what I'm
Our
saying?
Lord and Savior.
Yeah.
Keep
So
class.
and he says you shouldn't have any idols, anyways.
Facts.
I actually like the idea of not having any idols because
Yeah.
first of all you're like that saying you put somebody up on a pedestal, you know.
Yeah.
I think that's really dangerous because then you romanticize this idea of them.
Yeah.
And then eventually when you meet them, usually it's nothing like, they have flaws. They're just like, everybody's just a person.
Everyone's just a person. There's these people who you think are so cool, and then
Yeah.
it always inevitably goes wrong.
Yeah.
Like, I remember knowing, like, everyone gets canceled at some point, I feel like. Like, Kevin Hart, what could he do wrong?
Mm-hmm.
But then he did some stuff.
He did wrong.
And then people
Explain
were
it in
like,
detail.
You know?
Bring it back up.
Drake, I was like, Drake's coming. He's coming next.
Yeah.
You know, Bill Burr has one of the greatest jokes. And I think before I talk about that, you know how you're bringing up Kevin Hart and how people start getting upset, like really upset and like, you know, extreme judging someone for, you know, being, you know, like cheating on their wife or anything. I'm not condoning cheating or
normal.
anything like that.
Happens
However,
every day.
Okay.
the idea where people are like, oh my God, you were Kevin Hart.
Mm-hmm.
You brought me so much entertainment and you cheated on your wife. How dare you? I'm never watching. It's like you took your moral compass from the comedian?
Yeah.
No, but for
Yeah.
real, like you took your moral compass on life and ethics from just like someone who does comedy. And nothing like to slam Kevin Hart, but like he's just a person.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, and I think it's different like if you take it from, he's an entertainer at the end of the day. And not to say that, you know, that entertainers should just do whatever the hell they want. You should understand that you have a little bit of responsibility. People look up to you and, you know, with that. So if you want to take on that responsibility, or I think just be more aware of it. And I don't know, maybe you should look up to religious leaders, I feel like, if you're going to look to somebody for a moral compass, because that deals with religion and ethics, not entertainment. It just feels a little silly sometimes, idolizing people. I think that's one of the issues that happens.
And even they mess up, the religious leaders.
True. True.
I think it's just an unfair expectation. Just because you're famous doesn't mean you should be like looked up to, and that's
Right,
not
it's
fair.
like, I'm a regular guy.
It's like just because I'm super talented and funny and all these other things doesn't mean I have life together.
Yeah, just because
I'm just entertaining.
Sure, I'm super talented. I'm
Right.
like a mogul. I'm
Yeah.
super talented for my age. And most importantly,
Ahead of his time.
it's like ahead
You?
of my time, as other people say. So we're talking about.
Are you talking about you? You think you're really talented for your age?
No, I'm saying like you don't have to look up to me because we're regular
Actually-
guys. That's what we were
We
saying.
brought this up before, like his percentile of
Yeah.
where he thinks he is for
Yeah,
his
yeah.
age. You were top 10%, or you were higher than that. I think you said you were
What do you
top
mean?
1% of like your
what?
age group, just like what you're doing and how you are. I forget how we phrased it. I think it had to do with like
I don't remember saying it. I'm a humble guy.
Yeah, play the clip.
I'm just a humble guy.
Yeah, of course. That's why you have to say that.
This chain is fake.
How old are you again?
It's not.
I'm 20.
You're 20? Okay, yeah, that checks.
checks out.
Yeah. How old are you?
29.
29. Okay,
Yeah, but
yeah.
I feel like 33 some days. Some days I feel
Okay.
like 24, dude.
Okay.
Just depends. Like I might just throw a cartwheel in, just out of nowhere.
Okay.
Yeah, but
Cool. Well, thanks for having me on the show, guys. I really appreciate it.
Before you go,
Yeah.
quick question.
Yeah. What's
How
up,
old
man?
are you, man?
Me?
Yeah,
I'm timeless.
There it is.
Nice.
That's a bar. Do you always have those ready?
Yeah.
That's fire.
Because I've been asked those questions a lot.
Are there any other bars you'd like to us to set up that your responses would be
Favorite
No,
color?
we'll just keep it all natural.
natural on the
There it
spot?
is. Yeah.
Spontaneous. Are you good with improv?
Yeah.
Yeah. And are you good at doing a British accent?
No.
No.
No, I'm terrible at that.
What's your
But
best
you-
accent?
That's actually my biggest weakness as accent work. And if I was thinking my best accent,
Oh, wow.
maybe something from the country, because, I grew up in Oklahoma.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, maybe that, but I would have to, that's something with acting that's, a big weakness I really have to, buckle down on.
Okay.
Yeah. It doesn't feel, very streamlined.
Have you ever had an accent coach
Yeah.
and they didn't help, or
They did help,
but it was just not as good as you wanted?
I think for me, natural accent work doesn't come about organically. It's not. I did take a hardcore dialects class in college where I had to learn the phonetic alphabet.
What's that?
Yeah.
Is that just the alphabet or is that a different one?
The phonetic alphabet is literally all the sounds you could possibly make with your mouth in written form for the English language. Mm-hmm. So I'll give you an example. You know how window?
Yeah.
It would be spelled out I with a accent over it, and do a DOAH, a phonetic way of spelling it. Window
So
like
it's
that.
you see it in dictionaries. It'll
Yeah.
be next to the word,
I
so
like
you
those.
know how. Because you see the letters, but you're it could be pronounced this way, this way, this way. The phonetic version tells you exactly how it's pronounced.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay. I think I know what you're talking about. It's all coming back to me. I just I don't remember a time I've looked up a word to then.
So yeah, so that we had to learn the alphabet.
Which was already a challenge.
Yeah, the phonetic one, and then also whenever we'd get a script for, let's say, a New York Bronx role, we would literally have to take the lines and underneath them spell out everything phonetically how it would be said in a Bronx accent, but through the phonetic alphabet, and that was literally the technical way of breaking down all accents all over the world. And one of the coolest things we learned is sometimes an accent and this is not the case, but this is just to show an example. Let's say a Bronx, New York accent. If you just change the placement of your tongue and put it in the back, it becomes Jamaican. And you're holy shit, I didn't know those were that close together. Or, oh my God, it's actually a French accent if you just put your teeth together. So it doesn't take that much to mess up an accent, and it doesn't take that much to actually bring one to life.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I forgot all of that because I didn't keep it up.
Until now.
Until now.
No, I don't know it. I would have to
Well, you never know if you know it. If you know, you don't try.
Fair.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
You feel that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually looking for another co-host.
I can't wait to see you. I actually need to see your stand-up. I want to sit right in the front.
Yeah.
He's actually funny.
Laugh.
And stand-up?
Genuinely, he's pretty funny. He steals some of the jokes that I give him, but other than that, he's pretty funny. His jokes are great.
You know how I know you're funny, even though I haven't seen you? You're opening and you're doing shows. Sorry about that. This is kind of a tight squeeze
you got it,
here.
bro.
Yeah. You're opening or not opening, but you're doing shows with some really big name comedians.
Yeah. Oh, that's how you know I'm funny. I thought you were about to say
There was a reason.
No.
It's just
that's it.
the people you're with.
Yeah.
The people you're with. Okay.
That's a valid point, though.
Yeah, I guess. I'm humble, so I wouldn't.
Man, you did your first 20-minute session of comedy, right? 20 minutes.
Oh, yeah. I did my
dialogue?
first. I've never done a 20-minute set up until 2 weeks ago in San Diego Laugh Factory.
How'd it go?
It went great. I think it's my best set I've ever done.
Okay.
I was up there. I had time. I took my time. If an audience member said something, I would just respond to them and say something funny, and they would laugh.
Okay. That's
And
great.
then I could go back into the material if I wanted to, or not.
Yeah.
All
right.
It was good. There was this black lady in the crowd.
Racist.
And it doesn't matter if she's black. I know why I said that.
Right.
But she.
I just picture her now.
She yelled out.
Oh, of
I
course she
mentioned
did.
For half a second. Why you say of course? I mentioned for half a second that I was in 911. And
She just screamed.
She was like, "Oh my God! I knew you from somewhere."
Here we go.
Yeah.
That's how
That
she
was the
sounded, huh?
contract, how was that?
I was gonna say.
And yeah, she was like, I knew somewhere. She was like, I just watched it. The episode had come out the night before.
That's pretty crazy.
And yeah, afterwards she talked about. She's like, you look so familiar. I was like, that's the guy.
You should have did the pose. Like,
The pose. It's not really a. Maybe I could have done the pose.
Think
It's
you
not
could've.
really a pose. It's like CGI pose. You know.
Fair.
Yeah.
That's cool.
That's pretty solid.
That's a great story, dude.
The point of it, she was black.
Yeah, the point of it is, it's African
Moral of the
American.
story, she was a black lady.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
great.
Oh, I think maybe the moral of the story is that was my first time. I think someone being like, "Oh, I recognize you from a thing you did," especially something that had come out so recently.
Any autograph moments? Is that like a thing? Are you there yet? Or
People like kind of supportively fake ask for my autograph.
That
like,
counts.
hey, you want to get that autograph before you get famous, stuff like that.
That's pretty cool. Have you signed any autographs?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
This guy, I'll brag about you for a second.
Here we go.
Has done a lot.
Yeah, it is.
Especially in the acting world.
Keep up.
He's known as head honcho. They call him. That's like his nickname in the biz.
Yeah. I've heard that.
And so yeah, he's he signed autographs.
There you go.
He signed a few autographs.
What am I doing here?
Is that a question or a statement?
So your podcast.
Yeah.
Who is like maybe your one of
Holy
your-
shit, dude.
What?
Dude, I'm about to scream. Continue.
All right.
Just the way you asked that. It was great. It was great.
I didn't even get to the question.
No, dude, this is the best part.
Your podcast.
Rewatch the whole show and then you'll go, oh, okay. I see why.
Yeah.
But go ahead. Sorry.
pauses,
Zoom
that's
in
what
on
you're mentioning are there for dramatic effect. Are
Of course
there
they
to keep
are.
you on your toes.
That's
all
right.
Are there for the listener.
Anticipation.
You know.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm doing. So, your podcast, your guests that you've had, who is like your maybe your favorite?
My favorite.
Yeah, who's maybe like been your favorite guest? And
A gun to your head.
You know, I like the episodes where I'm with my really close friends and we bust each other's balls, like Jasmine Savoy Brown or Anthony Mark Barrow is good.
That's a great episode.
Yeah, those are a lot of fun because I can just shooting the shit with people.
Yeah.
But we're making fun of each other horribly, which I love to do.
You like to be made fun of?
No, I like to tease and be a little bit mean. That's
Yeah.
one of my love languages. If I'm like that with you, you know that means I like you. Yeah, I think that's important. Like you should be able to do that appropriately with certain friends because I think it keeps you sharp and it keeps you honest and it toughens you up too a little bit. So that if somebody on the street was like hits a nerve on something like you'll never make it in this business or something, you know what I mean? It's not. It's like well. My friends say that to me all the time, and I'm actually doing good work. We've actually talked about it. So you know what I mean? Like that goes through your head. If nobody's ever said like, "Hey, what are you doing with your life?" and then somebody calls you like a loser that you'll never do anything with your life, then that kind of hits a lot harder. So I think that's why it's important to do that with like a trusted circle of friends. Yeah.
Curious. Are you from LA originally?
No.
You said Oklahoma.
Most of my life in Oklahoma. Yeah.
Okay. Oklahoma's Midwest?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm trying to think of the upbringing there. Because I know, like, the East Coast, the banter is very common.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't know how to compliment people until I moved out here. Because I thought you just did the opposite. I thought that's how that worked. But how's the culture, I guess, in Oklahoma? Is that where you got that from, the banter side of it? Or is that just more a personality thing?
Personality thing. But I have gotten this comment. People think I'm from New York.
Yeah, okay.
And I'm like, no, I hate New York.
Oh.
And they're like,
I'm from New York.
oh, you're from New York?
No, I'm just
okay,
kidding.
I don't care. Yeah, see, people say that to me, and I'm like, cool. I still
just
fucking hate
doubled
New
down.
York. Yeah, I don't care. But no, I think it's because of my bluntness and my directness.
Yeah.
But
I was thinking the East Coast.
Yeah,
I
well,
was
East Coast
genuinely
stuff.
thinking it. Interesting.
Yeah, no. I know too, like what my face does whenever I'm just chilling. I know I'm unapproachable sometimes because I probably have a look on my face, but yeah, it's just what it is. I think growing up in LA and paying taxes, that's what it's done to me.
Yeah.
I think I was a lot nicer. I was a lot nicer before I moved out to LA. A lot nicer. Yeah. Too nice. Too
Yeah.
nice. Yeah.
Interesting.
Like this guy.
Oh, yeah. Don't get me started with this guy.
Anyway.
Too
the
nice.
trust.
Couldn't-
Nice, naive, same thing. Potato, tomatoes.
Naive.
Looking
It
at
is
your
what it is.
off yellow pants. Interesting.
Yeah, I mean, these are
They are
friendly.
yellowish.
This is someone who is approachable.
It's like
Maybe you could take some advice from a guy
Hmm.
who's approachable.
Okay.
You wear maybe some brighter colors. That way, you're like a light
oh,
in their lives.
wow.
It's like they're like bugs, and you're like fire.
You're like the
You know what
firebag.
what the worst part of this show is?
What?
Your shirt. Sorry, I messed that up. Your shirt is absolutely weird. Like, what does that mean? What is that? What is the message behind that? Or what is that like? When you saw that,
Okay,
did you just go, yeah? This is what I'm
what
putting
did
out
make you
there.
buy
Okay,
that?
we're talking about shirts. We're talking about shirts. He says.
That is terrible.
He
Do
says-
you have siblings?
he says, what
because
does
he
it
doesn't
mean?
have siblings because he wore that shirt.
Yeah.
You know he doesn't have siblings
Okay.
because you wore that shirt
Did
to
you
this.
buy
You're
it?
talking about a lot of things right now, right?
Hmm.
He says, what does this mean? What's the message behind it? Well, there is a message literally behind it. What does it say?
Wow, that's actually convenient.
What does it say?
It says, use the
Laugh
use
now,
alphabet.
cry later. And then you kind of
Mm.
look at the shirt, and then it seems like maybe there is a meaning here. You got the
What are the money signs
laughing.
for?
You laugh now,
Laugh
you
to the
cry
bank.
later, but you laugh.
I mean this with my whole heart. That is now officially the worst shirt I have ever seen in my life.
Have you seen his shirt?
Literally the message is on the
Look
back.
at this.
Look at it.
Let me see yours. What does it say?
You are the dream.
Oh,
I work for you.
Oh,
I just wanted to
both
inspire
of
the
you
people
are
around me.
terrible.
No,
What do you
Let me
mean?
see the back.
Yo.
There's nothing there.
Okay, his is slightly better because there's not another message on the back.
The message on
That
the back
explains
is fire.
it.
And the message on the back is why I got the shirt.
Dude,
I don't think I knew that.
It
this
does
was
not
weird.
fit you well.
You just only saw
Yo,
one
no,
side of the shirt.
For real, it doesn't fit you well. It looks like you made it,
It is a small
and
shirt
it's
too.
it's
I've
terrible.
been telling him about his shirt
Absolutely
sizes.
terrible.
I got this shirt in 9th grade.
I was gonna say you need to get a bigger shirt. Like I've been telling him this for a while,
Dude,
He
I'm
doesn't
sorry.
get
Do you realize
bigger
how?
shirts.
And all this shit makes me angry.
It's chaos. Quite on set.
Oh my god! I got this shirt in 9th grade, bro. Do you want to be successful?
Go to Target. Like, get a little, there's a Marshalls. We'll get you a
This
shirt.
for the rich.
On our Patreon, we're gonna go shirt shopping. What's the link for the Patreon?
Yeah, the Patreon. So, guys, obviously, if you love this podcast, which I'm sure you do,
It's obvious.
you can support us on Patreon. So it's going to be patreon.com/talkativePodcast. It's going to be PATAE.
Dude, this is the worst. I'm like nobody's signed. Don't. Hey, I'm telling you right now, don't sign up for this Patreon.
Pay good hard-earned money for this. Only if you're struggling.
What's the
to
monthly
pay your
thing?
bills.
What's the monthly on it?
20?
Are you kidding me? $20 for this?
It's because if
We're
we get
starting
people,
low,
yeah,
yeah.
if we get people in,
Yeah.
we get $20. Right?
All right.
If we do small stuff,
Right.
we're gonna need more people.
Say we
Prove
become
me wrong.
say
Prove
we
me wrong.
become-
You see what I'm saying?
we become
That's what I'm trying to
Mr.
explain.
Beast famous, right?
Dude.
We become like Mr. Beast.
Yeah.
$20 per person.
Also-
and he has like what, like 200 million followers. What's 20 times 200 million? Probably
That's like 20,
$2
200 million.
trillion.
Something like that.
So we're about to be trillionaires.
Think about it like this, dude.
Yeah, go ahead, man. No, go ahead.
It's a numbers game, bro. If we charge something at $3, they're not gonna respect it.
Holy shit!
Now
This
it's
is
a premium.
Do you have a
premium
Patreon?
product.
no.
We can help you with some marketing. We're great
We
marketers.
do need help with marketing.
Do you?
No, no. We've actually had to shift gears. We've actually gone through an identity crisis in the oh no, not identity crisis. What's it called? Growing pains in the podcast. So we shifted some stuff, which is good because we've done over 300 episodes.
We're approaching our 300th episode.
No, you're not.
Gradually, but we're approaching it.
Oh, you're approaching. Yeah. Just like I'm approaching to China.
Yeah, dude, similar.
Yeah.
Anyway. All right. What's up? What's next?
So 300 episodes in,
Okay.
like in real time,
Yeah.
seeing like how great this podcast is and like just the entertainment factor and like obviously like we have everything dialed in. What would you say equal podcast, like we're both very credible, both very like good at what we do.
Yeah.
What advice would you give to like a smaller podcast who doesn't have much going on just yet?
Yeah.
Like let's say like they're struggling.
Yeah.
24 subscribers or something. Like they're peons, right? Obviously, with our knowledge, I could speak on this, but I'd rather you.
Yeah.
Since you're a guest, what would you say?
In all honesty, we've been finding better results with our clips. So it's really important that whatever clip that you want to put out there on social media or on TikTok, Instagram, it has to be super engaging, and it has to trigger commenting and people wanting to share it or comment on that stuff. I'm not saying clickbaity stuff, but if it's a little clickbaity, that helps tremendously.
Okay.
So
3 ways to create a viral TikTok, and then answer it, and then clip it.
I don't
3
know.
ways to create a viral podcast clip.
You know what? We don't have the answer to that yet.
Oh, okay.
Clip that.
Because we had our most popular TikTok clip is coming up on 3 million views.
Dude.
And it's a story with director and executive producer Demaine Davis talking about a serial killer, kidnapper, clown in her neighborhood where she grew up in.
Yeah. I've seen it. I know
Do you want to kind of
Yeah.
talk about that clip a little bit so that we can clip this and then get similar?
I don't know if that'll help you.
Oh, fair.
Yeah, I really don't know if that'll help you. But then we'll have other clips that, we did have another clip that kind of went viral. I don't want to get him under the gun again, but there's a whole thing where we had these 2 guests on, Zach Justice and Indiana Masala, and they were kind of seeing each other at a time when maybe he shouldn't have been seeing her. And all this kind of broke out because they had broken up, and so we got a lot of clicks on videos and stuff from them on the podcast and how kind of douchey he was, and just very big red flags from him. And then we have other guests who are like jiu-jitsu guys, talking about jiu-jitsu, like our latest guy, Jason Eisner. He's the black belt at Highland Park Fight Club, which I go to, and he had talked about the worst BJJ submission, and we talked about that, and that's kind of gotten a lot of people commenting and arguing with each other.
Okay.
Yeah, so it just depends. We don't have a formula for it.
Yeah. Are you more like organic growth, or do you actually what's the word? It's like you pay for the stuff.
No.
I think organic, right?
Yeah, it's all organic. I haven't paid for anything.
Yeah. I don't pay for this apartment. I don't pay for none of it. Nope.
We're not supposed to.
All right.
Be in here.
Organic.
By the way, I love how you put all the money into the camera
Yeah.
for the podcast.
Dude, of course.
It's high quality.
Yeah.
Because you got to be able to clip. Speaking of clips, I was talking to a friend he has a podcast as well, and he was like, "Yo, you got to just make clips
Yeah.
that,
Oh, okay.
go viral." And
Okay.
It's that easy. Just make them that go viral.
Just make clips that go viral.
Yeah.
But so he was like, I posted this clip of a podcast with my son in it. It was cool. It was fire. Went crazy. Got some views. People are like, "Where's the rest of the episode? I want to find it." There was no rest of the episode. He just made the clips.
Yeah.
We should just come up with an idea for a clip that would get some views right now.
Okay.
Do it, because we're here with 3 professional actors, and Wesam, and I think we'd get some views.
100%.
Maybe a fight?
No. So we have to talk. We have to be controversial. We have the president's coming up. What else is controversial?
Ooh.
We could talk about if we edit this quickly, we could talk about the World Series stuff.
Oh, I'll talk about the World Series because I'm talking about it tomorrow on my podcast.
Yeah.
You want to know what I love talking about that? If you go out and you celebrate in the streets dancing, you're a loser.
What? I'm actually going to go after this.
I was about
What's
to
going on?
say,
I didn't watch a single episode.
Burning
I didn't watch a
buses,
game.
and looting stores,
Yes.
and the burnouts in the middle of the street. No, all literally losers. All of you. That's so stupid.
Why don't you just come with
Stupid.
us?
No.
Experience it.
I'd rather have a root canal.
Lose a little bit of calories, we're running around,
no.
we're having fun.
Okay,
No.
I gotta
Also, root
make
canals
a-
aren't that bad anymore.
make a call. Yeah, cancel the looting.
Yeah, let me clear my schedule.
Yeah.
I was actually planning on looting about 16 minutes.
Yeah, I thought
Trent,
that's what we were doing after this.
That was the bit. This was the bit.
What do you mean? What was the
It's
bit?
the one to go viral?
This is not gonna go viral.
So, no, yeah, we could say looting losers.
Looting losers are ludicrous.
Yeah.
Are literally ludicrous. Losing looters are literally ludicrous.
Dude, how mad would you be if that clip actually went viral? Like, imagine, like, you see it, and it's got like
Zoom
4
in on his face
million.
right now. Good cut.
Yeah, if you guys could just support us in that.
$1 million.
Is that how that works? Is it 1 million? Is
You
it
get money
dollar per
for
view?
clips.
How does that work?
You get $1 million if you get 1 million views.
Do you like how does revenue work?
Oh, are you asking me how
Genuinely,
Because
we haven't seen it.
Dude, you have no idea what it's like from my perspective. I got this guy over here going, yeah, and you're going, how does revenue work? Yeah. Like, are we still doing the podcast? Or is it like, are you just asking me how to make it successful?
Dude, I just want money.
I don't know, man. I really don't know. I'll tell you what. I think you have to have an ungodly amount of consistent viewership on YouTube and TikTok and Instagram. You barely make money off of to make real money.
Yeah.
So, and YouTube, you have to have like a certain like thousands of hours worth of viewing time,
Which
and
is crazy.
on top of that, you have to have hit a certain amount of subscribers. So
It's very hard.
yeah.
We'll get there though. Guys, watch this till the end. Boom.
Oh, speaking of watching, we had to do the ads.
The ad?
Dude, you're terrible at setting up bits.
Okay, let's talk about this. One,
Okay.
not a bit. We have a sponsor.
Yeah.
Two,
Okay.
how would if it was a bit?
$1
Oh, I'll tell you how to do it correctly.
Yeah, thank you.
Don't smile like the way you're smiling, going like this. He's literally going like this.
He's a happy guy.
He's like,
just
no, he's not.
He's just all smiles.
No, he's not. He's a lonely guy.
No,
Because he's always smiling.
you're a good actor. 'Cause it's almost seeming like you're trying to hurt my feelings.
Oh, man. No, go ahead with the bit.
Okay,
Our sponsor.
no bit. Go ahead. You can do the thing.
It's our sponsor. It's actually super legit.
Okay.
We're getting paid a lot. Like,
Yeah.
don't load. We realize that the views and all that stuff matters, but also it's more just like getting sponsors in the door.
Yeah.
Ours is a Zippy Foot, and so it's custom insoles. As you guys can see, I have them right in here. What Zippy Foot's gonna do is it's gonna add an extra 1 inch to your walking stride, which I know sounds crazy, hard to believe, but it's completely legit. Trent, if you could just tell them about Zippy Foot's website.
Dude, you just took off your shoe and put it right next to me. On
Bro, my feet smell decent.
Are you serious?
I do, I promise you. I think I spray deodorant, Dove.
On your
I think I spray
and
deodorant
how aren't
stuff.
you sure?
Because I was rushing, but usually it's part of my morning routine. You guys check my
Just check out Zippy Foot at zippyfoot.com/TALKATIVE/ and also later we'll get to our other sponsor, super legit limitless pills.
Boom. They're super legit. Oh man.
We just popped.
This-
We just popped home with.
Dude, this is probably my favorite episode.
Are you having a good time?
I'm sure this is yours.
You having a
Dude,
good time?
Yeah.
you'll be back because I was thinking we'd get another episode to really dive deep into these topics that we've been hitting.
Yeah,
on.
this, what is it, 30 minutes now? Yeah, that was, the first half was just for Patreon.
Yeah.
And then the second half, for real.
And like obviously we know time is money now.
Okay.
And it's very important and it's valuable.
Yeah.
And we respect that.
Great.
You didn't know that.
Yeah.
So yeah, 2 episodes. We'll do like a 2-episode deal. We'll cut you in on some of the Zippy Foot if you're down.
I think it was
Talk business after, but
Speaking of Zippy Foot, your shoes are trash.
Excuse me?
Shoes are trash.
they look comfortable. I like how they hug your ankle.
Yeah, comfortable is the best thing about them shoes, maybe. If they are.
Ooh, don't let him do that.
And I'm only saying this because the pants thing. I don't really care about the shoes.
Like, you have no idea. You have no idea how bad I could just, like, choke you right now in front of everybody on this camera.
That could
Oh,
go
he
viral.
does do jujitsu. We have to talk about
Do
that.
you do jiu-jitsu for real?
Yeah.
Okay, how long have you been doing it for?
Here's the crazy thing. Just over 2 years.
Okay. How long did it take for you to get good enough till you were like, I can defeat like a regular person in a
Yeah.
sense who doesn't know how to train.
And I'm being serious. I'll say this straight up. If I'm going against another jiu-jitsu person, probably not that great. Honestly, not good. Jiu-jitsu is the one thing, and I'm like a black belt in Taekwondo. I've dabbled in a bunch of other martial arts growing up.
Dang.
And I have to say confidently, with jiu-jitsu specifically, and just having done it over 2 years, I have a different type of confidence than I've ever had walking down the street.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
And I know you might be like, whoa, so what? You've just been doing it for 2 years. If you consistently train jiu-jitsu for 6 months, I would say at the bare minimum, half the people you would encounter in a real fight, you would have no problem with. Because I'll say this, we have new people who come in now and who are bigger than me, who are much stronger than me. And it's happened a couple times where it's like this is their first class or they've only been training for a month. And you're like, okay, cool. And then you just take their back or you get them in an arm bar. No, it's like magic. And you're like, oh shit, this stuff really, really works.
Yeah.
So it's one of the best things I've ever done for my life, for my stress. And honestly, the being comfortable in uncomfortable situations, like in rolling and drilling, is the best thing you can do for your mental health.
Yeah. That's pretty sick.
Yeah.
I have a friend who he does jiu-jitsu, and he's always walking at night. Like, he's just always walking at night.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know if he's doing it intentionally, just like hoping something happens.
Yeah.
But like, we hop on these calls like every week, and every time he's just on the call at night, just walking. And it's like respect, and there's no fear. There's no fear in him at all.
How long has he been doing it?
A while, because I know he does like tournaments.
Oh,
So enough to where he competes.
Oh, then if he ever fought a normal person,
Yeah.
that person would think he's like fighting a superhero. I'm not exaggerating. They're going to be like, oh shit, this guy's a superhero. I am telling you, it's like knowing magic.
I want to train.
You should come by Highland Park Fight Club or Little Tokyo Fight Club.
I'm down.
I'm being serious.
genuinely.
They're the coaches at both those schools, absolutely world class, and they've won tournaments. They're legit black belts under legit other black belts. And what I love about jiu-jitsu as a whole, they always ask you, hey, where'd you get your blue belt? Where'd you get your black belt? Because no one's just going to hand out a belt. And if they do, it reflects really poorly on them. So it's not about getting a black belt, or it's about being proficient at it, right?
Yeah.
So you should rather want to be an amazing blue belt, which is like, it goes white, blue, purple, brown, black.
Okay.
You would want to be like an amazing, incredible blue belt rather than an okay purple belt.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yes, because the standard is kind of set lower because it's like, okay, you're a yellow belt. Okay, they're like, okay, he's not that good. But then you see them do their thing.
Yep.
Maybe they beat a blue belt or whatever. Then you're like, oh, that's a really amazing yellow belt. That's impressive. Rather than that's
don't
accurate blue belt.
No, the standards are higher.
If you said you would rather be a really good blue belt than a black belt, just like
Purple belt.
purple belt.
Yeah.
You'd rather be a really good blue belt instead of just an okay purple belt.
Right. You don't want to you don't want to be awarded a belt just because kind of thing. You know.
Yeah.
There's a standard, and that standard's pretty high. Like if you're, and I've heard a lot of people talk about, and I don't like to talk about like belts on here because it's not about that. Like my goal, I want to be able to defend myself or someone I love in any type of situation. That's the goal, and I want to be comfortable in any type of situation. And so, you should be consistently training in all different types of situations. And jiu-jitsu is like great because not a lot of people are comfortable in a grappling situation.
And that will happen more often in a fight than you would think, right? I'm assuming you're going to be grabbing more than throwing punches.
You'll be doing both, but if it does go to the ground and you don't know if I'll tell you this, if it's you versus someone who knows jiu-jitsu and you don't know jiu-jitsu, you're never going to win.
Yeah.
You will never, ever win.
Question on taking up your offer for training, or like, going to that spot. I tweaked my shoulder.
Okay.
And so I have like a weird range of motion.
Okay.
and I know it's a lot of folding and pretzeling and stuff.
Not necessarily.
Okay, so you can go and like be like, hey, I just have like a bad shoulder.
Absolutely.
And, like, they won't like twist
Bro,
you.
that's why I go there.
Okay.
I'm a working actor. I don't want to fuck up my face, and I don't want to fuck up my body.
Yeah.
I wear my headgear, I wear my mouthpiece, and everybody's cool. Nobody's there to kill you, and then the vibe there's like a no asshole policy, and there's never been an incident.
Fire.
So if you go there, it's your first class, nobody's gonna kick your ass. Nobody's gonna. In fact, they want you to come back. It's like, hey, come join.
Yeah.
But you will get a wake up call.
Yeah.
Your ego
Yeah.
will be put in check no
they're
matter
on your
who
back.
you are.
Yeah.
I'm telling you this. I don't know if you've seen those memes where it's like the person driving home with no music from jiu-jitsu class because that's happened to me a lot. Where you're just like, should I be doing this?
Yeah.
And then you realize, you should be, because it's good to get fucked up in there. Fucked up. I mean, like, just you're tapping, you're constantly getting beat.
Yeah.
Then on the street somewhere. That's the whole purpose of it.
What you can do as like a pick-me-up is like walk down like Hollywood Boulevard or something, just like bump someone real quick. You know what I mean? And then when they try to put you in like a little samurai, you hit them with the knee strap, knee kick, choke them out, triangle hold. Next thing they know, ambulance. And
I literally didn't understand anything you just said.
No?
I heard the sound effects though. Those were
Yeah.
I was trying to process the words you
I
said.
know the terminologies.
Yeah?
Yeah, I studied
Okay,
the game.
cool, man.
Yeah, I love fighting.
Thanks for having me on the show, guys. Really, really appreciate it.
No
How
problem.
much time do we have left, or is this?
No, we're getting close actually.
We're getting close.
I know we have a cutoff at 6, right? Like a super hard cutoff at 6. We do, because we're professionals. We have like so much to do. It wasn't you that had the cutoff at 6. It was
I actually have a cutoff at the latest 6:10.
6:10. Ours at the
6:15.
latest
Ours
is
is
like
at the latest
6:08,
6:09.
6:08. We're just super busy as well.
You should take some improv classes, Trent. Just like, take some.
Dude,
Is it
take a
just
lot.
the smiling?
Take some.
Yeah.
Is it just like the smiling?
Yeah,
I
it
don't
ruins
want
the
peop-
bits.
But I don't want people to think, I'm serious.
Oh, they won't.
Why wouldn't they? I just don't want people to think I'm not joking. So now that they know I'm joking from the smile, then everyone's having a good time. But if they think I'm serious, they're just like, look at this guy, an idiot. Like,
Can you smile and have a bad time? That's the question I want you to answer.
good questions here. We're kind of like
Yeah.
hot ones.
And that was off the dome. I didn't
You're
think I
asking
thought
me or
about
him?
it until
I don't
said
know.
it.
I'm not answering it. How about that? I'm not going to answer that.
All right. Well, promise me this next question you'll answer.
No.
I was going to ask the same one. Fair. All right, dude, you're good at this. You're good at this.
You've taken improv classes before.
Yeah. Here
What
we
are
go.
those like? I'm genuinely curious.
It's just a question.
Oh.
Dude, you keep smiling at me, and I know there's some stupid little joke that's coming in right behind it. That the subtext under him, he's like, oh, this is going to blow him away.
Yeah, this is going to be a good one. Yeah. That's how it sounds. That's what I hear too.
Please change your shirt. I swear to God, I keep thinking, okay, we're finally having a good time on the show, and then I see your shirt, and I'm like, I'm not having a good time
Yeah,
again.
he's crying now, laughing later.
This is why you don't have siblings. See? You can tell. Like, this is why you don't have siblings, because I swear to
He's an
God,
only child.
my by the way, when he said your shoes are trash, my brothers have said that to me my entire life. I don't give a shit. This guy says my shoes are trash on a podcast. I'm like, okay, yeah, they're comfortable.
And as you can see, that shirt thing didn't bother me at all.
I don't know, man.
Oh, he's gonna journal about it tonight.
I have 10 siblings. Dead serious. That's true.
Mm-hmm.
And I am smiling, but it's real as well.
And they all weirdly look alike. I've never seen them.
Okay.
Do they?
Yeah, I mean,
He said
family-
weird. Okay, first of all,
family-
if that's true, he said they weirdly look alike. They're siblings.
Yeah. Do you look like your siblings?
Yeah. Yes.
What are you talking
Because
about?
I'm mixed. We just popped out different. Yeah. I don't look like my siblings, dude.
Is your sibling like darker or lighter than you?
Yeah, I'm the lightest one.
Whoa.
Yeah, kid you not.
Are you darker than any of your parents? Or that wouldn't make sense.
Yes. I'm darker than my mom.
Oh, are you lighter than any of your parents?
Lighter than my dad.
Are you lighter than both of your parents?
No. I'm darker than my mom.
So you're just right in the middle between.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm
But
in
your
the
other
middle.
siblings are not. They're closer to one side.
They're closer to my
Literally
dad.
asked the same question like 3 times.
Yeah. He's processing. I've understood that.
You should have prepared for me to
It
come
takes
on.
a few times.
Oh, I did. But I like to keep it organic.
Yeah, organic. It's a California thing. It's like no GMO, none of that. It's like a super raw podcast.
Are you vegan? No.
Me?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Me neither. I got my start in improv when I was like 14, 13. So I got down to the days.
I know I'm going to yell at my students after I go back to work tonight.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So he teaches classes. We should probably talk. All right. So yeah, he teaches a class.
Okay.
He teaches multiple classes. And right now he's going to go to Identity School of Acting and teach. This is the extra day, right? This is the okay.
The Accelerate program.
The Accelerate program with Accelerant students. And yeah, he's gonna yell at them. He was kidding about that.
Sometimes you gotta yell for people to hear you.
I don't get it whenever I set parameters for like the homework assignment and then they don't meet those parameters and then I go, oh, I'm not accepting your homework, and then they get upset. And I'm like, oh, that's crazy.
Yeah. Is it like they didn't read the directions thing? So they made assumptions or what?
You tell me. It could be they didn't read them carefully. They didn't prep accordingly with their time frame. And it's like, well, everybody else respected the time frame, and then everybody else read the directions, yet you're the only one who didn't do that. So how does that? How would that make somebody else who's like, well, I had to move a bunch of things around to make sure I made the deadline, while this person doesn't have to do it and they still get through? I don't think that's fair to your fellow colleagues. I think that's disrespectful to them, and I think it's disrespectful to me. And I know you might be thinking or listening or watching this and going, well, that's really not a big deal. And I'm like, no, it is, because it develops a bad habit for them. If they had a real audition and they were busy, they're like, I'll just put it past the due date. When casting directors, when it's past the due date, they go, I'm not watching this.
Yeah.
So I'm not trying to be like an asshole. I'm not trying to be mean. I'm just trying to set realistic, high standards for them, and also professionalism. But there's a lot of ego with some people. But the rest of them are pretty good. They're trying hard.
Do you see, when you say some people, do you see that more from people who have found like some success early on, and you think that kind of like, in a sense, affects their ego? Or do you think it's the opposite, where they're just kind of like told that they're going to be somebody and they haven't yet, but they're fed, and so they kind of indulge into the lies of it, or like, not the lies, but like the like unnecessary encouragement, and then that kind of like steers them wrong? Or do you think it's just them? Okay. That's
It's a mix.
fair. Interesting.
Jacob,
Yeah, I believe the lies.
you believe the lies?
I'm 6'2", 220. You couldn't tell me I'm not.
Okay.
It's just,
And that's acting right there. Believing.
dude,
And that's basically the moral of the story we're trying to do today.
I've always said this, and Trent argues it. Do you think acting is good lying?
No.
I think it's real emotions and fake circumstances, but I think there's
That's
also
poetry.
a different perspective, or I don't know, a deeper or wider perspective. It's storytelling, right? And I got this actually from Tom Hardy, one of his interviews, and it's either convincing or it's not. Sometimes you could be really feeling the emotion. Sometimes you could, and it's convincing. Sometimes you could be thinking about a cheeseburger and you're trying to look pensive about what to do in the scene about something, and then it's convincing as well. But so great, they're both convincing. Awesome, but I believe there's a craft to this, and there's a technique there's multiple techniques, but to be always thinking of like, well, I'm going to think of something else. Yeah, that's one way to do it. Sometimes that works, but not a lot of the time. So, yeah.
Okay. I guess we're approaching the end.
Yeah.
We're approaching the end.
With that, do you want to do, like, end it with a couple tips for different actors? I feel like this is your element.
Yeah.
I
I guess
drop some gems.
I could give, acting advice
Oh,
to people. Is that what you're saying?
I was, if you wanted to give
Oh.
a couple tips.
Silly me.
That was terrible.
Honestly, if you want to
What?
just give him a few tips, that
Life?
yeah, just,
Oh, I'd love to hear this.
yeah.
Go ahead.
Oh wait. Oh, I thought you were.
No, I want to hear your. No.
Yeah, go for it.
Wait,
No.
you were saying I give him advice? I thought you were saying he gives me advice.
I want to hear your advice to me or your acting tips. I think that'll be great.
Yeah. And action.
Don't. Just don't. Just don't do it.
Fair.
Just don't do it. It's Or do it if you want. You never. This is what I have to say. Actually, never. Don't be the person. Be the person, man or woman, who makes.
How do you want me to send this audio to
the
you?
decision?
Because I'm gonna literally I'm stopping it right now.
This is actually.
Wait, let's do the outro.
No. I'm not doing any outro.
We have 30
The
seconds.
outro's great. You're gonna
We
love
have
it.
30 seconds.
No.
Never don't be the man or woman or person that you don't want to be, who's gonna take or get
Isn't it crazy?
what they want.
He hasn't like been kidnapped.
Yeah.
To-
Thing is, he has, and they just like took
Let
his
me
money.
go.
Yeah. Did he tell you about the AirPods?
Oh, I know.
I
Did you?
would- Yeah, go
I
check
know,
out the
it's-
Wesam World podcast.
Oh
Yeah,
man,
Wesam
that
World
day
podcast.
we used to be roommates. And I showed up. He's like sitting on the couch in the dark, like he was just so sad. It's great.
You were roommates with him when that happened?
Yeah, one of my favorite days. One of my favorite days. Yeah. That's how we met. We used to be roommates.
We don't gotta even speak on that.
No, we have to. You know why? That's a good reminder.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
We gotta speak on that.
He's like, people don't think I'm smart now.
And that's crazy. He brought this keyboard here.
Yeah, honestly, it's professional, man. Multi-talented.
Should I just stop recording now?
No, we have to do the outro. Dude.
Oh yeah!
You just made it to the end of another episode. You just made it to the end of another episode.
At the end of the
Come
episode,
on, son, keep up, man.
with
Wesam.
Wesam Keesh in the Talkative Podcast.
Talkative. Wow. I honestly think we found our groove. I think.
I think we got that. It was grooving.
Yeah, I think we found our rhythm. You know
This
what I
was
mean?
a solid.
So
episode.
now can I stop recording?
Oh, if you want.
All right.
Sure. I wasn't recording. I was just kind of winging it. It's just a little. Am I recording?
Everybody in? No, like
Oh, everyone in.
no, we're doing like a.
Oh, okay.
And 3, 2, 1. Let's do this podcast right now.
Woo!
Yeah.
That's so sick.
All right. All
I'll add
right.
that. That's dope.
Here we go. Intro starting.